Alright, so we wake up. First thing we do every time is you start picking up leaves, you start picking up rocks, and you start picking up sticks. Because you need to start with your stone axe. Because it's pretty much your fucking main tool for everything right at the beginning. Pretty much all we're going to do right away. Stone axe cuts your wood. It kind of is your impromptu pickaxe. We started near ice. It looks like there's a winter biome over there, which we're not gonna touch because it's fucking basically just a hostile environment, and it's gonna suck ass to go into right away. There's like bears and shit, and it's just an unpleasant time. Got our stone axe. Then I spawned next to a house, which is pretty good to start next to because they have a bunch of random crap in it. Like you'll probably find at least a zombie or two, so you can get a bone. And bone you use for your... Well, I'm going to use bone knives this time. Knives in general. The first knife you get is the bone knife, so that's what we're starting with. Cutting wood, grabbing rocks, fucking a bunch of dumb shit. We'll probably skip a bunch of that later, because you know how it goes. Now we're actually going into... Well, I'm going to check this car first, because cars usually have a couple good things in them. Or nothing. Sometimes they have nothing. But this one had sewing kits, which are... decent. You need them for some later stuff, but they're like semi-rare, so it's good to hold on to them early. Overall priorities, first night you're gonna definitely want to find a pot if you can at worst. Like that's one of the things you absolutely need to find is a pot, which becomes a fucking struggle for me later. Right now I'm just beating the shit out of a zombie because you gotta do it slow because it's all you really can do in this early stage. I could make a wooden club. It's one of the first things you can make, but I really it doesn't sound. They're not great. It's not like worth going out, doing it, coming back, and bashing the guy with it. I could just hit him with the axe until I find a bone, which is what I'm after right now. Because I used clubs in my last run that I'm doing, so now I'm like, I'll use blades in this run. Because there's like a bunch of weapon categories, sledgehammer's one. But I switched to club because club is just faster. So right now I'm going to do knife because what knife does is they attack like fast and they don't use a lot of stamina to swing a lot of times. And then they also inflict bleeding, which is odd for zombies. But they will basically just slowly lose HP after they contract a bleeding wound, which you can see on them visually by just spraying blood everywhere, which I guess some of them still have. But the first things we need to do... Oh, I guess I did decide to just go out and make a club because it was taking too long to find a bone. I forgot. Like I said, these are recorded after. Like the voiceover is. Fucking dealing with stamina problems against fighting these fucking guys. He's slapping the shit out of me. He gave me right down at the bottom left. That is exhaustion. Basically what this does is it makes my stamina come back slower and it makes my fucking... I think it takes a chunk off my health. And man, it is a pain in the fucking ass to deal with, as are most things in this fucking game. I'm out here desperate looking for a zombie. And the problem is, right, dead zombie bodies, like the ones I just bashed onto the ground, they don't give bones when you break them. What you need to find is like an at-rest corpse, like one that is just a dead body on the ground when you find it. Which I'm not finding here, which is great. Like, it's really crazy. Also, I took a moment to, like, admire this bathroom, because I don't know why, I just really like the design of this bathroom. Toilets tend to have paper and dirty water. Medicine cabinets can have anything from, like, alcohol, rags. Sometimes you'll get lucky and get a painkiller or something. These things down here generally have, like, scraps or, like, rarely like that, a seed, which I just threw on the fucking ground, because I don't have the inventory space right now. And like, okay, I keep throwing myself off. The main things I'm collecting right now are just generic elements. This guy fucking scared me. He just came out of the wall, didn't make a fucking sound. Elements I need: iron, brass, lead, wood, stone, fiber. I'm not worried about paper right now. A bunch of this stuff I'm scrapping, like headlights and stuff will scrap into iron, and like springs, pipes, that stuff scraps into iron. Whatever I find here. Plastics, that's another good one. They're called polymers, but it's plastics. Clay. Clay is not that big a deal. Clay is super easy to find. I found a fucking grill, which is like, it's fine, but I need a pot. Found a little bonus trash on the top. Got more plastic. Grills are good for grilling, surprisingly. You take a campfire, and they have 3 slots in them, and they need, in those slots, they need a pot, a grill, and a beaker. The beaker is less important until, like, much later. The grill lets you grill meat, surprisingly, and grill corn and baked potatoes. Well, I think you can bake potatoes anyway. But when you grill corn and you can grill meat, and it makes it much better food-wise. Because, like, without a grill, you have to make charred meat instead of grilled meat. And what that does... I'm gonna skip some of this fucking wood-cutting footage, goddamn. Alright, found a town, I guess. So... I forgot what I was talking about for like 3 seconds ago. Either way, need a pot because the reason you need a pot is you need to boil water, because that's like the only way you'd never find good water, like, ever. I can't, and since I don't know what patch or what update from ages ago, you can't even luck out in water anymore. It seems like you have to find electrical book. You have to find dirty water. You can never find clean water, and so you need a pot. Not a coffee pot, but just a regular pot. Because you gotta put it on thingy, you gotta boil the water, you know? And so otherwise, you're just gonna struggle with hydration, which is a big fucking deal. These always have Forge Ahead magazines in them, which are the workstations magazines. So I'm pretty much gonna have to just struggle right now, because my inventory is limited because I don't have the carrying capacity perks yet. My strength is not upgraded at all, because I haven't upgraded anything at all, because, you know, it's like just started. I'm just kind of looking around, seeing what I can see here as far as places, because I want to find, because a big thing you want to find early is kitchens. Like, you want to find like houses and kitchens, because kitchens tend to have pots. That's like where you'll find a lot of them. You can even find them just in the open. Like, they'll be like you don't have to look in a container. Sometimes they'll be out there. Like, I found a bone. I found a corpse. With little bones in it. I found 4 bones. You need 5. Oh, but it's okay. There's another corpse right there. Finally, I have my weapon of choice. Anyway, get rid of that fucking wood club for fuck's sake. Yeah, get rid of it. And I scrap a bunch of extra bullshit. Throw out some of the crap I'm carrying around. Basically, I'm just looking for a kitchen so I can find a pot. There's a little man. This, I was like, oh no. Because it took me this long to kill this guy, and I'm like, oh man. I hope knives were to bad. See that little blood trail he's leaving? That means that they have like the bleeding wounds. Another fellow walks up. What a grand old time. But again, look at you look at the stamina. You really don't use much. That little thing where you flip it and stab it. That's like that's the heavy attack. And that costs like 10 stamina, which is like nothing. This is where it became a fucking issue, because I went to search this car and didn't realize a dog was coming. Now, dogs are a fucking pain in the ass. If you notice right there, I got concussion, which slows you down, and then I got the best thing, which is infection. Infection will kill you after it reaches a certain point. It's not 100. I'm actually not completely sure where it is, but it starts becoming an active detriment to you very quickly. And so every time that goes up, I think it fucking, I think at 15% you start feeling the negative effects of it. That was all good. That was a really great car. Like, was like a gas 2 magazines and fucking repair kits, which are like one of the best things you can find just out in the open. But yeah, I need to cure that infection. And curing infections is not it's not hard. All those cabinets are empty, of course. This fucking stupid goddamn house. All those cabinets are empty, so I don't have a pot. I'm exhausted. My carrying capacity is a bit over, and I have an infection. So, like, this is great. I won't even. I'm like, man, if I was just playing regular, if I wasn't like recording this, I would have just given up. I would have said, fuck it, I'm not even gonna bother. I missed a cooler right there. I didn't even see that. I would have just gave up most of the time. But I was like, fuck it, I'll play it out, because what else am I gonna do? Aloe, that's good if I get a bandage about it. But also, I tried to do it later and realized I didn't have a medicine skill. I didn't realize you needed that much, like, you needed like 5 to get that fucking bandage. I thought the aloe bandage was base kit. It is not. Apparently nothing is. This house went to shit. It was like, you can hear like the floorboards. There's such thing in this game as trap floorboards. It's like when you touch them, they have a chance to fall out from under you. So it's like, I don't know if I should do this. And then I hit a trap floorboard, so now I'm on the ground. 1 second. Okay, so we are just having to fend off the fucking horde here because we as a dumbass, decided to fall into the pit, which is great. It's not actually, the fight is not that bad, except if you notice every time I'm getting hit, my infection is going up a little bit, and my exhaustion cooldown is going up a bit, so I'm just like that. My fucking infection has jumped all the way to fucking almost 2% at this point. Damn. Basically, it's not going well. It's been so the thing we're looking for infections is we need honey. Honey will cure infections below 5%. So we're kind of like rapidly searching for a honey or like some by off chance herbal antibiotics or regular antibiotics. Honey will take 5% off of your infection. So if you have a bunch of honey, or like multiple honeys, you can bring down an infection, like a bad one. You can do the same thing with herbal antibiotics. They take off 10, and then regular antibiotics take off 15. So there's no like cure, like strict cure for it. You really need to just have a bunch of it and cure it early, or it will get bad. Or I guess you could just take it late. It will like you know, to just take them several times to make it less bad before to buy time for you to get more of it. So I'm on a kind of a crunch timer here, and I see my hunger going down. And your hunger, when it goes down, you start you get stamina back less, and you have less max stamina. So you really don't want to let it fall down there, especially right now, since I'm gonna be. I need to keep fucking moving, because I really need to find a honey, and I need to find a water pot, because it is what, almost, does that say 11? Or say like almost noon, and so the days end at 22. So I'm about halfway through the day probably. Before like I'm gonna need to find somewhere to be for the evening, because otherwise I'm gonna just get run down by a horde. Because zombies can sprint at night and also tend to be feral ones, so which are stronger, and they have the glowy eyes, and that's how you know. So I'm just scrambling between houses, desperately trying to find a fucking water pot and or honey. Honey you find in kitchens, coolers, which I guess maybe there could have been a one that cooler back there, and I'm just a dumbass who fucking missed it. There's always zombies in these fucking houses. The houses kind of act like little mini dungeons almost, which is pretty cool. I like that. I really like that about the game. So you can really see the bright red, like blood thing. My infection at 2.4. So here's the issue: if my infection hits 5.1 before I get to a honey, I'm basically going to need to happen to find another honey. And this is the fucking, oh my god, you know what, I just remembered what happened here. So I'm going around like ripping garment bags and shit. Just, I don't know what I'm even looking for at this point. I'm just looting quickly, like trying to loot quickly to get through things. I thought there was a zombie over here. There's a cooler that could have a honey in it. It doesn't, but some fucking asshole walked up behind me, and now I have an abrasion, which is a max health production and health generated slowly. But that's easily fixed with a bandage, so that worked out. We got rid of the abrasion quickly. Cooler. Oh look, beer. I got excited because beer's the same color. I was like, oh. Beer makes you stronger and blurs your vision for a period of time. And I got stuck in a tiny room with a bunch of zombies that were parkoured out of that room. And some more spawned in the kitchen because, I don't know, I guess the world hates me right now. Fucking damn it. So I just like took this time at the door to start scrapping and dropping while I'm waiting for them to come out in a single file line so I can stab them in the head. Headshots matter, especially even with melee, so stabbing in the head does more than shooting, or not shooting him, but like stabbing in the body. Heck, body shots with melee do fucking shockingly little. Maybe with blades it's different, like they'll cut a bunch of open wounds or something, which I guess I could try, but I was just more concerned with not dying in the moment. Stab this man, stab that man, stab that man. Lots of stabbing going on. This is kiting zombies, where you just kind of lead them around and like bash them while they lumber toward you. Pretty common tactic. Doesn't really work on fucking anything but the small, like the weakest zombies like this one. Now this was where I was like, okay, we have found the technique. Because I found one of the Wasteland Scavenger books, which is like they add little. There's two kinds of skill books in this game. There's the one that raise your value. So there's the one that says like, raise toolcraft by 1, or raise blades by 1, or raise whatever by 1, which are great. But you can also find the perk books, and perk books will basically give you a permanent ability that does some like the scavenger ones give you like you find more lead in loot, or you find more brass in loot, you find more wood, and like so on and so forth until you get to the metal, like all the books, when then you get the perk, which is like find 20% better loot overall. And one of the Wasteland survival ones is always about finding weird stuff. So what you find in this one is honey. I know, surprising. A small chance to find honey when you cut trees. So I'm going to cut through a lot of tree cutting footage because I was desperately cutting trees to find one fucking honey. Alright, check the time before that and then check the time now. I spent that much time running around cutting fucking trees and getting goddamn nothing for it. I'm blown away by how I got 0 from that entire thing. Because I cut trees for so long. I cut so many trees. I have no idea what the actual percentage is, but that has to be like such a statistical anomaly for me to get the one book. So like desperately need an infection cure, get the one book to get the infection cure, and then not get it from any single tree. Also, that bitch made 0 fucking sound coming up to me. I swear to God. Maybe she did, but I didn't hear it. And here's me checking kitchens again. All these the stove is a good place for it. Oh, cool. Awesome. Coffee that usually has water coffee in it, like shitty coffee makers. Sometimes you see these little broken-ass tiles, and they'll have like a little treasure in them, like a little something or other. Glue's pretty good. Not really what I'm after right now. So I'm going to eat some cat food because, I don't know, I guess that's kind of the vibe right now. I'm missing an inventory space right now because I'm a dummy. I guess, I have corn and cornmeal, and I should just make my regular corn into cornmeal or just eat it now. Because it needs to clear out. Because every space I'm taking over my capacity, you see on my top left there, or the bottom left on the top of the statuses, there's that little thing of a guy carrying something. I'm overburdened. So I'm carrying too many things. Betty, get out of my way, please. I'm carrying too much, so I'm slower, so it's just kind of impeding my progress to getting an infection cure, which I would love to do. Also, I have still exhaustion for an hour 42, which the beginning, if you noticed, the opening timer for it was 2 hours, and I have barely gotten past that because every time I get hit, it gives me a little more time. Got a can of peas. That's pretty fucking great. I think I just hit the take all button there because I took the fucking stupid goldenrod, which is just a flower that grows outside. You can make it to make tea, which gives you less dysentery, which is great. If you have dysentery, which you get from like drinking bad water or doing other shit, like eating like mold, stuff like that. If I read that correctly, my infection meters, does that say 5.5? That's not good. No, that says 5.9. That's significantly worse. So even one honey is not going to fix me now. I need 2, or an herbal antibiotic. Or a regular antibiotic, but those are pretty rare, and it honestly feels like herbal antibiotics are rarer than regular ones, because I feel like I see more regular ones eventually, but like when we're in the middle stages when we need herbals, we just never have them. So I'm gonna need 2 honey, which is great, which is fantastic that I need that. If I find a trader, I do have a couple valuable things, which I do have like electronic parts. I have some like motor tool parts, just some like the basic parts stuff that will sell for a little bit. And that works out if I find one, which in a huge town like this, usually there is one somewhere on the edge, but I just don't have the time to go look for it. I mean, I don't even know why my reasoning was that. Like, I don't have time to go look for it when that's pretty much the only thing I do have time for. I'm clearing some shit out because I need to get some of this trash out so I can actually move I should toss those pine cones and acorns up there. I don't know why I have those. You can't eat them or anything. You just toss them. You can plant trees. Magazine. It's the same. I got one that. Oh, that's actually a decent one. You can find like precious gems and like jewelry when you harvest coffins. Sometimes the vending machines at the vending machine. Okay, so sometimes the vending machines work and sometimes they don't. And the one that does work is the food one and not the drinks one. And the honey I think comes in the drinks one. So that fucking sucks. I was like, oh great, cool. I'm so glad that one is the one that works. Also, I didn't have money because you use casino tokens as money in here. You can pick up. I don't know why they use both, because you can find regular money and traders will trade that for like a little more casino tokens than money. I think I'm just like, at this point I'm just faithlessly like looting, looking for at this point just anything, because a pot is going to be a necessity to survive. You really do need it. I'm kind of getting by off canned foods, I'm finding, because if you find like a canned soup, they tend to have water too, which is, I mean, that works. That does something for me at least. You can see under my equipment bar, there's the green bar and the blue bar. That's food and water. Above that is the purple bar. That's my XP bar, so I'm gonna level soon. It's gonna fucking help me. That icon above my stamina, the blue bar, is on the left. Just means I'm wearing clothes. Like I have an outfit on, because otherwise you'll start suffering from exposure, especially too hot and cold. This is a gun range. I think I'll go in here later. There's a rabbit on the road. You can kill it and eat it, but nah. Oh, we're gonna cut through some fucking tree cutting footage because I was desperately looking for fucking honey again. Alright, literal hours of tree cutting later. Like in-game hours of tree cutting. I find a trader. Not with honey, but I did find a trader. Actually, I think he might have a honey. Or he has... Or like the vent... I swear to God I get a cure here. Or at least somewhat of one. Which is good. I would like for that to happen. The trader's annoying. He's like just an asshole. There's other traders, but I swear to God I never see them. So I just start selling my junk. He has 2, or is that 3? Yeah, 2 jars of honey, and I was like, oh my God, that's that's perfect. That's 10% infection. So I just start pawning every single fucking thing I have of any value, because like I'm like, fuck it, I need this to not be a dead person, so may as well. It's like it's slightly better than the American healthcare system, so that's good. Pine cones and acorns. I realize I don't need those. Ditch that. Sell fucking everything, I guess. Sell my plastics. Plastics are pretty valuable for some reason. Not enough nitrate to even sell. I got 1 honey. I got my beers. I should sell those. Selling my sand. Sold everything. And then I throw back 2 glasses of honey and live my goddamn life. Look, we did it. We're cured.
Don't test my patience.
And then I checked if he had a pot, just in case. I didn't see one, but maybe I did, and I just didn't think it was worth it, because I'm like, man, if I buy a pot, which is expensive, like especially in the early game, this is relatively expensive. Like 300 tokens is a lot, and that's how much. It's 600 tokens for a pot, and I'm like, that is a lot of tokens for fucking a thing that is supposed to spawn relatively frequently. So I think that was what I was doing here, was I was going to see if he had a pot, because I don't know where it was. Yeah, cooking pot, and I was like, ooh, that is expensive. Not only do I not have the cash for that, I don't really have the I don't want to spend that, because I'm gauging with my water gauge down there, and I'm like, could I just make it through tonight and hope I find one tomorrow? And that's what I'm going to go with, because I'm like, 600 tokens. Not only do I not have that, that is so much to drop on a pot, which is, again, a thing that is supposed to be common. If you have a forge, you can make your own, but a forge is a bit later than, water. You kind of need water. Water's kind of a big deal. So I go back out here into the city. I kind of was like sort of planless, where I was like, man, what do I even do? Because I'm really I'm just gonna have to keep scrounging and make it like kind of wait out the night somewhere. So I troll the edge here. I was like, it's not gonna be faster to like build anything. Like I don't have time to build anything because nighttime starts at 22 at 10 o'clock. So I have about an hour in game, which is not very long in real life, to find a place to sleep. I just took everything when I hit the take all button instantly when I open that because I just know they always have a magazine in it. Should be a zombie in here. I was like, oh, kitchen, maybe. Go, kitchen, maybe. Nope. Not for me. Zombie got her fucking kitties out. Fuck all. I don't even know why I check the toilet just because they can have water sometimes. All those had was paper. Bookshelf, always good. Got a, I think that was one of the Lucky magazines, like the looting magazines. Not a good one. And if it was, I think I did find the honey one twice, and I was like, God fucking fuck you, because I got so many trees, I got nothing, and then I just bought one. I could have just been like raiding places. That was a bunch of food and stuff. That black meat is okay. I think that's what actually saved me right there in that fridge. I took hobo stew. Hobo stew is it's kind of gross. You make it with like bad stuff basically, but it's livable. That's what's important. But the good part about it is it's a stew or a soup, which means it has water in it. Which means it'll give me like, I think it gives me like 20 water, and your max is 100. So it's like that is not an insignificant portion of water for someone who has no active source of water besides maybe drinking from like a stream or something and risking dysentery. Based on the time, I'm like, well, this is gonna have to be my last house because otherwise I'm just gonna fucking run around with running zombies. We're gonna fucking shred my shit, which is great. I love that. You see the infection going down over there on the left. Still exhausted killing this man. Takes up a lot of my time, and a fucking snake came out of nowhere to fucking try to fucking ruin my life. You can harvest them for like leather bones and meat, which the bones we're probably just gonna toss unless I need like a new knife. When you take skill points, I really should have taken skill points already. Maybe I did. I don't know. I skipped some footage, but you find more of those skill books. So I found another fucking grill because that's what I fucking needed. I can't remember where it was, but I remember I found a third fucking grill and I was like, I'm gonna kill myself. I just got decided to hunker down here because I really had no other choice. It's like I could sit in that closet, a little thing, perhaps something. No, nothing. And it basically was nighttime, so I was like, well, I'm gonna have to just deal with this as my abode for the evening. Perhaps I'll sit in the closet. Because in the early nights you gotta occupy yourself. And hopefully find things to occupy yourself, like cooking and all those other things. We really don't have that choice or those luxuries. I think I have a triple pocket mod, which will give me 3 more inventory slots without needing the perks. I can scrap one of those grills, all this extra shit. So I'm gonna do a bunch of little inventory managements while I creep around at night, waiting for the zombies to go away. Because that's how it goes in these parts. So I just kind of start dismantling things in here, which I shouldn't really be doing because it makes noise and it'll draw them to my location. And these walls aren't thick, so they'll beat their way through eventually. So here I wait. And here we are again. Well, not a whole lot going for me right now. You can hear zombies slipping and slapping around the building, trying to get in because they want to come in, sniff me or something. I made a campfire. I was grilling. I used my grill, grilled some meat. Actually, was going to grill some meat and then realized I hadn't found enough cookbook for the grilled meat recipe. 4 is the morning. There's a little man outside trying to bust down my little door, or bust down that wall, which I think he actually does get through eventually, but it's not a big deal. Alright, so now we're actually free and we can move around. Enjoy life, sort of. Some of the zombies from earlier, outside, in dicks. So I'm attacked by a dog, which is great. Love that. So we start the day off right, as you do, by spraining your arm and getting a new infection. which is great. Which is great. We have begun the cycle anew, and we still don't have a pot. So where we were yesterday is pretty much where we are today. It's horrific, and I hate it. Dogs are prone to give you infections, and they are also prone to giving you abrasions. So I have a sprained arm, not a broken arm, so that's something. Actually, it's really not. A sprained arm is pretty much as bad as a broken arm because there's nothing you can do about a sprain. You have to just let it be shit for, like, ever. And when it stops, you can't use heavies, basically. You can't use heavies for anything. Otherwise, it'll extend it, and it'll do damage to you when you do heavies because you got a little owie. I have an abrasion. I could fix that at any given moment, but it's not, like, super important. Actually, I could just use the bandage right now for needing health anyway. Because I'm just running around this fucking trailer park, hoping to God someone has a piece of cookware. And I don't know that I do find one, actually. I think I may have, at a certain point, just decided that I'm going to just try to find valuables. Like, of course I got hit there too, motherfucker. Just like monetary valuables, take them to the trader, hawk them, and just try to afford a fucking pot. Because like at this point, like I should have found one. But that, you know, that brings on the gambler's fallacy of like, I couldn't find one yet. I still haven't found one. That means I have to find one soon. You know, like these are not uncommon objects. I'm going to find more of them. There's no way I'm not. Rotten flesh, bones. Those sandwiches are molded, so you don't want to eat them unless you have goldenrod tea. Otherwise, they're actually not terrible if you have the tea already. Because goldenrod is super common, it's fucking everywhere. But again, you need a pot for that kind of thing. Cobblestone, clay, and rocks, or wooden rocks, that's pretty good. A stew, that's more water. A pipe shotgun. Now, see, this is worth something. And by worth something, I mean to someone who's not me. Because if you notice, my the ammos go at the top there. I have long rifle and short rifle, or like short gun, like pistol and whatever, like high caliber, low caliber, and 0 shotgun shells. And I found a shotgun, so it's going well. This is going pretty bad. Of course, every cabinet in this goddamn kitchen is nothing in it, which is great. You can tell when they have stuff in it when like the doors are closed and stuff. If the doors are open like that, it just means they're like, you know, they're empty and gone through already or something. And here's me just fucking struggling. I keep using power attacks, forgetting it hurts me, and it's been actually slowly whittling my fucking health down. Finding books, which are good, but not what I need. Kind of don't help me at this exact second. Just checking anything I can. Trailer parks are the thing is about trailer parks, they're actually pretty good for finding a pot early in the game. Finding pots and grills and whatnot. Because they have they're a bunch of small houses, basically, like a bunch of small homes all together. And they all have, kitchens. So like you get a whole bunch of kitchen areas to search. So it would, stand to reason this would be the best place to find it. In this bag, I randomly found a fucking honey, so that worked out. Actually, I did actually got my infection out really early, and I was like, oh, we're human again. Which it does kind of make you feel better, because it's like on the infection, you're like, it's like an abrasion, exhaustion, a sprain. These all suck. These are all like bad. But an infection will eventually kill you, so like you need to you're on kind of a time crunch, and the longer it takes you, the harder it is to cure it. So the quicker we get an infection completely gone, it's just better. We're just way better off. So right now we can kind of like slow our pace a bit. We don't have to frantically search fucking everything. Or at least we just don't. We have to search everything, just not frantically. So as we're just cruising along here, looking for things, either a pot or things of decent value to acquire one. Lucked out, spotted those books up there. Every book's a good book. Those electronics books, which is not great early on, but you know, books is books. Less electronic books they'll need later. I still don't have a house really, or like a home to be in, which is to be expected. sometimes you don't find like a good place to be the first night, which it's not that bad. Especially on like I'm just trying to get. What happened? Why am I doing this? I looked away for like a second. I was like, it's just a shitload of zombies down there. It's kind of what it sounds like. Or like, I don't know why else I'd be like panicking. Oh yeah, absolutely. There's a bunch of. Oh no, it's a dog. Oh yeah, okay. So I panicked because there was a dog, and I was like, please don't infect me again. I was like, I looked away from my screen, so I didn't know what happened. I knew there was a fucking dog here, so I'm just like trying to parkour away from this fucking dog. And look, there he is, fucking following me because he's a fucking dickhead. I would have absolutely blown every material, like every shotgun shell I had I had one on that fucking dog. So I just started fucking running for it. I took the longest jump across things you would have to run around, and just ran. And I think I got away there. I decided to just fuck it and drink out of the shitty water and risk dysentery. Didn't get dysentery, so actually that did me a little bit. That did me a little favor, bought me a little time as far as hydration. Don't want to do it a lot of times because then you'll get dysentery, which will make you have diarrhea and stuff, which will make you lose water faster. So it's not worth the risk. If you need to do it like once or twice and you can get away with it, that's good. If not, just don't test your luck. Again, unless you have goldenrod tea. But if you have goldenrod tea, you have a pot already. Don't know what I was looking for. Oh yeah, these fucking zombies skeeve me out. They're like burn victims or whatever. They're like all scorched and like black. They're weird looking. They got their whole faces out. It's pretty chill though. I think I remember deciding this house isn't fucking worth it. I was just like, nah, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. There's too much going on. I will take this little trash by the door though. First aid bandage, that's nice. And I was like, oh, hey, look, a thing. This might have something. A doctor, a little nurse lady. I keep power attacking despite my sprain. These are not great. Painkillers, fort bites. The thing about these is, fort bites make you take less damage, but they take a chunk out of your hydration to eat them. And, painkillers restore health, but they take a chunk out of your hydration to eat them. So, I really don't want to take either of them right now. I think I opened this and like hurt a dog or something. A lot of dogs in this neighborhood. There's usually not like a ton. Then this was open anyway, so if there was a dog, he was just gonna get my ass regardless. I started doing the quests. I have like little mini quests you have to do, which will give me chunks of XP, which will make leveling easier, which will make things easier in general. So I start crafting like a bow and all this crap. I'll do more of that later in the night, but at the moment I need to just not die. And find a goddamn fucking, I swear to, I know I keep saying it, but man, that's such a necessity. So I'm gonna scavenge for a bit, see what I find. So I went in that convenience store I passed earlier that had the one shitty vending machine in front of it. I was just running through this because I just looked like a decent place to run through. I was like, oh, it's kind of foodie, right? Like it's kind of food-based raid area. It's kind of not, but I'm kind of just hoping against hope at this point. Found a bunch of cooking magazines, so I found a bunch of those. It's really actually cooking magazines are probably the most common if you don't invest points in anything. A couple of little fellas behind the counter, but it's retail. Then they just kept piling in from somewhere. I don't know where they were coming from. There's shit like all over the shelves. So like those are the shelves are so risky because every time I decide like, I'll just skip the shelves. I find something really neat in the shelves and I'm like, god damn it. So I start looking, things like paper I'm just tossing at the moment. Shotgun shells, look at that. I found a couple shotgun shells. More shotgun shells. Okay, we're in it now, boys. Because now I can shoot things. Just plastic. Assorted with nails. Sandwich. Sand you need later for glass, sort of. No, you don't necessarily need glass, but that is what you need to make glass. I feel like there is something else you need sand for. Oh, you need sand for concrete. That's the other thing. Sand is made of crushed stone, sand, and concrete powder, or cement, which you mix together to make concrete mix. Which, by the way, are all things made by stone. So pretty much it's just stone in multiple forms put together to make mixable wet stone. Some fucking building blocks, which is terrible. A spring, which is... One spring is fucking worth... I don't know where the fuck they get off. Pipes, electronics, mechanical parts. Mechanical parts and electrical parts are good for a lot of things, especially like when you start working on your electricals. Mechanical parts are good for like steel doors, like pretty much every form of trapdoor. A lot of things. They're also very valuable monetarily. You can get a lot of them by dismantling cars. I found some yucca fruit in here, so I'm just going to eat that right out of the cabinet. Pipe again. It's pipe noise. The unlock button to move the cage so I can just fucking leave out the front door. Check a vending, I believe, again, just to see what I can find. Fucking not a lot. Not great. And I think, do I go? I don't know if I remember if I go in this house or if I decide to just be like, fuck it, I need a pot. Which goes terribly even when I get the pot. By the way, we'll see later. Just like a cemetery or something. Which is kind of good to dig up the graves if you have the loot thing like I picked up earlier, which is collecting diamonds, silver, and gold, which are like the valuables in general. You can find them when you dig up coffins, so I should consider going back there later. Probably raid another house or something, but either way. Let's see, like what else do we need? Pipes. You need pipes for like tons and tons of stuff. Pipes you kind of need for any structure, really, like anything that's not just like a wall. You need some kind of like almost like a rebar structure to it. Doors generally just need like whatever they're made of, like wood, forged iron, forged steel, that kind of thing. We need pipes if we're gonna make a bicycle. I decided to because they're always quiet, right? So I was like, I'm just gonna do sneak damage. I'm gonna blast this motherfucker. This is how shit this shotgun is. It's one shot and I have to like creep around with it. Bam, dead. But look at this reload. It is 10 years. I was like, I'm just gonna stab the bitch. Just save y'all a lot more time. Brass is one of the other base materials. I'm just gonna eat that pumpkin. Brass you use for bullets, pretty much. That's kind of it. Bullet casings. I'm trying to think of what else uses brass. Like literally just fucking nothing. Not actually fucking. There's got to be something. I just can't think of it, and it's not very useful. I think maybe some of the fancy doors, like just wood doors or something, give brass, but it's not useful. Lead is used for bullet tips and a couple other things. Lead is used in the construction of some things. But I can't think of one right offhand. Mostly they're for fucking bullets. Gunpowder is made of coal and nitrate powder, which is kind of similar, I guess, to what gunpowder is made of, sort of. Nitrate you find in corpses or you find in deposits. Like out in the world, and you pretty much want to find it in deposits because the corpses give you fucking negative nothing of nitrate. I found a little entrance to this door, to this room. That's cool. But yeah, it's pretty fucking useless to dig nitrate out of corpses. Pretty much anything you get corpses for is rotten flesh and bones. And bones, you could get a bunch of bones in the early game, or like just if you picked up only bones from animals, you'd never need more bones. You never need very many bones. The only reason I got a corpse is because I wanted a bone knife really quick. And look, I got like one, and I've never needed to get bones again. Occasionally, I need a bone to use as a repair material, but like they're everywhere. They're in loot sometimes. It's just such a pain. rotten flesh you need to make farm plots because you can't plant plants in the ground. You gotta plant plants in the fucking pots or whatever, like farming plots. Because we live in Nightmare Society. There's a little cult ritual going up here, I guess, before zombies happen. Which is cool, I guess. I can't judge them. They're sacrificing the goat or whatever the fuck they do up here. There's some loot back there though, so I gotta kill these guys. Stay down, fella. I can't remember. I thought there was something under this altar for some reason. There was not. I don't know where I got that idea. Like, I thought I had previously known that, so I found some pipe pistol. That's not terrible. That can shoot more than once before I have to take a 10-minute reload. Food, bullet, that kind of thing, which is pretty good kind of thing. We gotta break these fucking like loot crates open because I don't know, just make you work for it even more, and then you get kind of nothing. And that's when I was like, I took those electronic parts because I was like, man, I'm gonna use these forever. And I was like, you know, fuck it, I'm going to the trader. It's been too long. And then I'm like, oh, I better check the kitchen real quick, you know, la-di-da. Fuck all. Didn't want to take that fall. If you fall too far, you can sprain your leg, which is, again, shit. It's like kind of like when you swing your heavy attack, except every time you fucking sprint or jump, you hurt yourself, which is pretty fucking severe. Like, that's pretty bad. I've been exhausted for fucking 2 days, so that's been great. You just texted me, you got done making mints, which that's pretty chill. And we're on our way to the trader. I forgot I actually went back to this, that gun range. It was just right on the way. And it's like, my inventory with space was not great, but I was like, really, like, how much more can I weigh myself down anyway? Like, the trader's right there. It's not like I gotta run like a mile and some change before I get there anyway. May as well low down on whatever I find here. Zombies falling over the fucking ceiling, which is Nightmare Society, I guess. Sometimes zombies start running if you have dealt enough damage to them, which is, you know, is great. Water, these things, water coolers or whatever, they always have bad water. Sometimes paintings like that, you just break and they'll have like a little passage or something, like a little pit behind them, and there'll be like a little loot, like a thing. I decided to just get a sneak attack with a big chunk of damage, like from my shotgun, just because these are like fat zombies with a lot of health. So I was like, I may as well just take a big chunk off them real quick. Probably won't die, obviously not, because we can't catch breaks. Let's finish him. Search this little break room kitchen fruitlessly, which is amazing. If I remember, this actually was a pretty good loot spot. Like I had the, like, hey look, another fucking grill with those nightmares. This place is actually pretty fucking good as far as loot goes. It looks like it was like some kind of hunting store, or like, oh, I don't know why I'm saying it. It's a shooting range, but it's like this is like the store area of a shooting range, I guess, like where you would find like shit. So there's like books, shelf. I found this fucking shelf just bones. This had like some decent things, like some actual like armor pieces that I'll just actually just wear because like I don't know, I need them. All I have is like clothes, and it's like scrap clothes. Like it's like stuff I made out of like fucking like wooden fibers and whatnot. It's not great. But there's actual loot boxes in here which have sand in them, which is kind of a spit in the face, but you know how it goes. Finding zombies they make noises, and I don't like them. They make noises. Cloth scraps, which you use on fucking tons of shit. These are parts. These are the parts items. Parts items are like rifle parts, handgun parts, shotgun parts, robotics parts, motor tool parts. There's a bunch of kinds of parts. And you need them to craft those things, or you need them to make, like for example, like a shotgun turret, you need shotgun parts for. It used to be that shotgun, like most weapons would scrap down into parts, which I don't know why they don't do that now. Like you could, if you made shotgun parts into a shotgun, scrap the shotgun, it scraps into iron now. It didn't used to. It used to scrap into parts, which sucked because you couldn't get rid of like shitty like trash guns and be like, oh, I'll just scrap these into some iron. And it's like, and now you're gonna scrap those into the parts, and you're like, ah, shit. But now you scrap it into just iron, so it's like kind of better long term. But like if you needed parts, you're like, well, fuck, I just have to go find them because like they really want you to just find things now. This is that room from earlier. Break a chair out of spite. That's a mod for a weapon. That's a pretty decent mod. I do want it. Throw out a plain bandage because it's not going to help me that much. I hit take all already. Sometimes if I open a thing and then it looks like I take nothing and just close it, I probably hit the take all button. And we have hit the critical mass because now I have thirsty. I have reached half thirst. These are a bunch of weapon mods. Now, I know for a fact these aren't useful to me at all. But what I do know is that they are semi-valuable. They are worth a little bit of coin. So I'm trying to, like, figure out what things I want to just leave. Because, like, I see, like, I have, like, 6 mechanical parts or something. Like, that's something, but it's not worth much. A little bit of nitrate powder. Just basically taking what I can to sell. Because we need to, you know, survive somehow. Alright, this is, I finally acquired my pot.
Now,
so we're in it now.
fucker.
I was hoping I could find like something like hydrating. Which I mean, there's something but that's expensive and nothing else really is good. I really hate the fucking hydration thing. I'll just have to deal with it for now.
Didn't we agree?
I was gonna try to hawk a couple things, I think, to
It's my shop, my room.
probably sell
You
some
follow
couple things so I can
or you
afford a
fuck off.
beverage. Because while I will be able to just like make all this water, you know, but I'm gonna need to have water now. Like I'm already thirsty. I'm like at like a third of my water bar. It looks like it's not great. Some of my plastics because they're worth something. I'm just selling anything at this point. It's almost the end of day 2. I think I get rid of my. Did I get rid of my shotgun? If I should have. It's not great. I
Be
should
careful out there.
sold the shotgun and the
Wouldn't wanna
bullets.
Get hurt.
I had to bite the bullet there actually and just not drink water. Or what did I do? I'm just running around and panic. Like why am I fucking running around so
Look
much?
quick, buy quicker, piss off fastest.
Again, I wish I knew what I was doing here. I don't know. I think I just was like, no, I need water, and then I was like, I don't need it, and then I ran and I was like, no, I do need it. I don't figure out what I was doing.
No refunds. Deal
Okay, there.
done.
That's what it was. Okay, so
Now,
I went here and got a
leave.
Mega Crush. I was trying to save up for a Mega Crush because this is one. It does give you a good chunk of hydration, which is pretty significant. Oh, that's right. That's right. I was trying to measure up the cost effectiveness versus one of these versus like a bunch of the smaller stuff, and so I was just eating those, drank that, and what it also does is it gives you a lot of run speed. So I was just gonna try to get to somewhere really quickly so I could, you know, start like putting down a house or some kind of living station. So I took out that so I could get all this sprint speed to get where I'm going. See how fucking fast I'm going? God damn, girl. I just stabbed it for the sake of it, I think. I don't know what else where I was gonna go for the night even, because I really don't have a place. But I do have a pot, and that's what matters. So I can make a campfire, I can put a pot and a grill on it. I can grill this meat. I can boil this water, and I can stop fucking living on the edge of starvation and also exhaustion and also pain and agony in both. You don't sleep ever. That's an odd thing, but you don't sleep ever. So exhaustion is really just a matter of getting hit too much. I think I'm probably just looking for somewhere to raid around. Oh, goodness. Oh, CB. Nails and such. Nails are good if you can keep them. Like if you have inventory space to keep nails. I'm just going through grabbing a bunch of the little achievements I get so I can get some little XP, perhaps get a free level out of it. Oh, alright, I took Lucky Looter here because I was so fucking tired of like looting areas taking so fucking long. Like when I loot, like that little circle comes up while you're looting, it makes it goes faster. You guys got tired of it. I'm sick of this crap. And look how significant it's again. Boom, done, easy. I'm just kind of scrounging, I think, at the moment. I think I'm going into daycare. I hate that zombies just hide in closets or something. Daycares in this game are odd. They always have like a weird prison section underground. Like as if everything is awful. Which, I mean, everything is awful. Books and whatnot. Decks. A lot of books. Actually, this is a pretty good room. There's a lot of books here. First aid cabinet's done. That's actually, I think, was my priority. I was like, I'm looking for vitamins because I want to get my fucking exhaustion going already. Every time anything hits you, you can get an infection. So you don't want to get hit at all. Like, dogs, they're likely to give you an infection, so yeah, especially avoid them. Also, they're fast and they fucking bite the shit out of you multiple times. They can also give you abrasions and broken limbs and all that. So dogs really suck. But like those guys, like regular zombies, they suck too. Because they can give you an infection on any random hit. They can just randomly give you an infection. I was trying to figure out what that icon was right there on my thing. It looks like a little medicine. I guess that was the Mega Crush thing. I was like, oh, I didn't know that. I guess I just didn't have a different icon for it or something. I just couldn't decide what to bash my way into, I guess. Sometimes, like these ones, they have very low awareness. You can run and stab the shit out of them. Pretty sure I had to bait these guys up the stairs because there's a couple of, like, this area is not safe to fight in. Got hit like twice because I'm a fucking idiot. And they can kind of hit you from weird spots. When I just did that sound, you probably heard it a couple times now. Is keys. There's like a key on a wall. It's usually to the doors in the area. So like every locked door will generally go pop. Like just pop open. Key was back there, but I think it might have been to the basement latch or whatever. But keys will open most doors in the area. I thought it was a dumbass. It wasn't even close. So I'll just throw my little pipe pistol into it. The one dead. Someone's back to try to bash through that door. Someone boarded up. Probably just fucking babies or something. There's no baby zombies or like child zombies. Probably didn't care for that. I was just waiting for her to open the door so I could blast her. Zombies, you know, they're dead when you get XP. That's pretty much all I use as my metric for it. Because if you aim a shotgun shell right at their fucking head, that generally does the job. See, like, to the basement of the daycare, and they have like a weird little like little living shack down here with a bunch of missing people posters, and I'm like, I'm sure this means something. Water. You can find a couple waters down here. That's good. Potato. That's good, I guess. Looking for shit. Glue is always good. Glue and cloth scrap is how you make tape, and you need tape for like goddamn near fucking every decent crafting thing. Let's see. Shipping crate for popping pills and medicine. So, you know, shipping crates for like other places. Cracker books are always good because it's always books, and you need books for fucking everything. Knowledge is power and all that. Headlight mod for cars, not amazing to find. Oh, I love how the medicine thing had plastic and paper in it. Some bullets. Bunch of bullets, shotgun shell. A bone knife that is slightly better than mine. Good enough. Little medicine pile. At least there was a fucking painkiller in it. Water bottle, always got the water in it. That's good. I just realized I missed the key rack for that door right next to it. A little, like, it was a little strip of wood on the wall. This is me discovering that I don't have the medicine ability to make fucking aloe bandages, which I was like, that is amazing. Thank you. I realized I didn't want the bone, threw the bone out. Because I got my new knife. Because I realized when I picked that knife up, I was like, oh, this bone knife is slightly better than I was like, oh, wait a minute, I think I can craft a better knife. Like, I think I've picked up enough knife magazines. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll just make a better knife, toss my other knives out. So now I have a better knife, which is great, I guess. I'm going to be stabbing things, which I probably will. Found an ambulance, found vitamins. Oh, I found vitamins, by the way, off screen, I guess. So I took them and have no exhaustion. So now I'm a normal human again. Right there, I just took steroids. What they do is they give me max carrying capacity for a period of time. They don't affect your melee damage, which I find curious. Costs a little bit of hydration because fucking everything that does anything costs hydration. So I could get over here because that is a supply drop, and they drop them every day somewhere. Sometimes it's close to you, sometimes it's very, very far. But this one was reasonably close, so I went over here because I wanted the things in it, because they always drop. Generally, they drop 2 packages and then like 2 other items. So like I see a Forge magazine, painkiller, and a books. It looks like a book container and then something else. What was it? Oh, a weapon mods container, which is not something you're like terribly. I should have opened first. I'm having inventory struggles at the moment, so that's why I'm like having to run around, pick shit up, read these magazines, and pick my shit back up. And here's where the night went pretty fucking bad, because while I'm doing all this, time is elapsing. So we'll go to where it gets bad. So I decide, okay, this is actually not a terrible place. This is not like a bad place to be, right? This is like I could, but the doors are locked. Just like, fuck, I'll probably have to run through the gift shop area, go all the way around, and find my way through here. This kind of area has like loot in it, guaranteed zombies. I was like, oh, this bathroom, it's closed completely. I could totally hunker down here whenever I get a minute. If you look at the timer, I don't have a lot of minutes. I keep fucking around. These always have like bad water or beer in them. Wood. Good. Hey, a vending machine. I didn't check it because I didn't have time. Little beer shack. A couple zombies are back here. The problem I'm running into is there's just more zombies in here, which is kind of to be expected, and there's more. And I'm like, this is going to be an issue, because as soon as that hits 22, every zombie's going to turn feral, and it's going to be a real big fucking pain in my ass. That one dropped loot. That's good. Whenever zombies drop loot, it's usually pretty good. Yeah, forged iron, medkit, glue, shotgun shells. Forged iron, like honestly I could probably do without it, but I had to eat anyway, at least a little bit, so I could just do that. Here, more things, which is incredible. More zombies. I was like, oh, this would be a good spot too. Like, there was a series of like decent spots. So I'm like, man, I could totally hunker down in here. And you know what my fucking hubris was? Deciding that a zombie was a problem. So like, this door was locked. This door, like, I couldn't get out of this door. But there's the key rack right next to it. It's in that that white thing on the wall. Kill fellow here. Yeah. This is locked, and this has iron or something. That's it. I was like, oh, cool. I could lock down in here. And then I hear a zombie out there. I'm like, man, I gotta get rid of that zombie. This was probably my fatal error, because I went to this building, and you look at the time. I played it way too risky with the time. Too many zombies in here for me to just like dispatch quickly and get settled in. That door locked, so I couldn't close it, which is fucking stupid. Oh shit. But yeah, I'm running around here just frantically picking shit up because I know things are about to go bad. And zombies are, you know where I am, getting fucking taking hits this early. You see the time is just ticking away. And there's these big ass zombies that take a long time to kill, so I'm like, fuck it, I just start expending resources to start killing these guys quick. Because I'm like, oh, this is actually kind of a decent room. I could totally just hunker down here. But there's a zombie outside, right there. And he's going to start bashing on that door, and he's not going to go away. Which means in the night, he's going to get stronger. He's going to be bashing the door down. He's going to bash the door down. He's going to be making noise. And as he keeps making noise, more are going to show up. And because they're more sensitive to sound at night, too. So I was like, oh, this is such a good room too. Like, this is such a good fucking room. I could easily just leave here as soon as day breaks. I can hit that button, open the back garage door, and be gone. But no, I have to fucking sit in here and be a fucking idiot because I know what's gonna happen. This also could have been a good spot, the bathroom door, because this is locked. That back door's open, but the gate outside is locked. There's a lot of security here. I'm just trying to figure out where to go, and I hear that zombie somewhere. And I know that if I don't get rid of him, like, it's going to be a problem for me. And I have to go all the way the fuck around because the front 2 doors were fucking locked and I couldn't unlock them. This is that fucking Beers Jack I was talking about. There's nothing in it, really. There's a zombie over there because I know there's... Oh, man, this is such a stressful thing. Even watching this back, I remember, like, I'm, like, re-feeling it. I'm like, God damn it. Oh, please go away. I don't have time. Don't. I'm like, oh, I can lock this, but then, like, I just killed that zombie out there. I know I did, because I got the XP for it. Still around and picking shit up like an idiot. And there's another one out there. I swear to God there was. Because I remember coming back and be like, oh, is it the same? Yeah, there's another one. It's the same model too. So I was like, what the fuck? Did I not kill it? I super killed it. And they're smacking at the fucking gates because they want my ass. And I don't know why I jumped there. They didn't just hurry hop over the fence. Oh, here's a zombie. Hitting things in the head can like stun it. Also, there's a fucking snake on the ground just to add insult to injury. You can close doors and they'll like try to bash them down behind you. So I'm like, oh god, please. So I'm just trying to like lock everything and stay quiet because sometimes if you just lay low and be quiet, they'll just kind of lose you. They'll just kind of forget where you are. So I'm trying to get all the way through to somewhere. I was like, oh, I can shut this door. I couldn't shut the fucking door. It's so frustrating. I can't shut that fucking door. Close and lock, or didn't lock, but I'm like, I can close it, but they're outside and they totally sense me. They're gonna bash their way in here, which blows. So I was just running around panicking around the structure, breaking shit, locking myself in the bathroom, and they're getting in now, so now it's just going to be a huge fucking problem. So now pretty much what I have to do is get an abrasion, which is great, love that also. I just need to get the fuck out of here, because this isn't worth it anymore. The issue is I kind of came a little ways out here to get here, like it took me a while to get here. So town is back that way slightly, which isn't, it's not that far, but like there's just gonna be more zombies. There's more zombies the closer you get to civilization, obviously. So I'm like, well, fuck, I actually don't even know what to do, because I still need time to do like to boil water and stuff. Like, it's killing me, Smalls. So I'm just like, I'm just gonna have to run into the woods and make a little fucking wood box and just try to live. So I'm like, oh, can I make that fence? Perfect. Dodge a little hole in the floor, and I'm just gonna run. Everything is accumulated in the back there, so they shouldn't chase me as far. Like, I should exit their detection range pretty quickly. But I'm like, oh, that worked out. That was surprisingly went pretty well. Out in the wilderness, you see a zombie once in a while. They'll like kind of wander up on you or something, which is great. Take some bandage because I did lose a bunch of health getting smacked around. I'm just kind of pondering about, Luigi Pizza or something. Like, fuck, I may as well just go off here somewhere. That's nitrate on the ground there, that power, that white thing. I was like, may as well just go somewhere and build a little fucking box because I don't got fuck else going for me right now. I decided, like, well, this place is as good as any. I mean, there's really nothing anywhere, so I mean, it was really gonna be that bad for me to just build wherever. Go to work on some god tier architecture here. Yeah, it's pretty artistic. And I think I thought I heard something, and I was like, a zombie. I was like, I better just be, like, try to be quiet or something. Because at night, yeah, like I said, they're feral. They're a pain in my fucking ass. I'm just gonna make it a full box at the moment because, I don't know. It gives me a little bit of moment to realize something's trying to fucking accost me if something tries to accost me. Even now, I'm like, I don't know why, I talk a little quieter because I just know they're out there. Make a campfire. The basics. Try to fucking live my goddamn life. Couldn't find the campfire. Boom. I gotta put wood in the fire so it fucking burns. Gotta put my pot and my grill in the fire. I had some coal actually to burn, so that works too. We're cooking now, boys. Here's me digging out the floor, trying to make my house look a little less shit. Zombie came in. Fucking bastard showed up. Decided to start breaking my fucking shit. Because they like to be dicks. It's nighttime, so they're out being assholes. Dehydrated and keep slapping the shit out of me. I did take my vitamins though, so that's pretty good. Because one thing you can do is take vitamins. The other effect they have, which is, you know, like get rid of exhaustion. But they also have they prevent diseases. Oh look, another fucking zombie. This is great. So I still have my vitamins from earlier that I took, so I shouldn't be getting diseased anyway. So that kind of worked for me. I still taking a lot of damage. I just start fucking throwing wood walls up, and I start reinforcing because I got fuck hell. I better fucking do it before I get fucking killed. And here it is. This is pretty much it. I got a campfire. I got my I don't have a roof yet, but I got a door. I got a storage box and a bed. I'll go outside and make a roof. Otherwise, the roof's gonna be very, very tight, probably. But that is kind of like that's a job you do at night, probably, like where I have time and I'm at home. So for now, that's home. It's pretty much, it's great real estate, and there's not zombies in it, and that's pretty much all you need. There you go.